You know what I don't get tired of saying? Another day of new market highs. Investor Beat starts now. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris Hill. Day 2 of the Fed Chief's congressional testimony, and the Dow and S&P both hitting new record highs. UnitedHealth was the #1 stock leading the Dow index today. More on that in a bit. Joining me in studio, though, Bill Barker and Charly Travers. Let's start with another Dow stock. Rough day for Intel shareholders. A second quarter profit of $2 billion was offset by the fact that the world's biggest chip maker cut its full year guidance. What'd you make of the quarter? $2 billion in profit seems pretty good.
It's a lot less than they earned last year, Chris, and that's the problem here. Yeah. And if you look at their big customers, HP and Dell, it's not a surprise that Intel's had a rough year to date. And I think if you're an Intel shareholder or considering buying the shares, you have to really look at what's coming in the second half of the year. Some of the new processors are going to get them into tablets. They know they've missed it. They're trying to play catch up, and I think they'll pull it off.
I was going to say, we talk from time to time about first mover advantage, and for as great as Intel has been in the 45 years, and by the way, happy birthday, Intel, 45 years today incorporated, they're not the first mover on mobile, and right now they got to play catch up.
Not the first, not the second, not the Charly, fourth, fifth.
They're down in the batting order.
Yeah, it's not where they want to be. So the upside is they've got nothing but improvement ahead of them in that segment, perhaps. But this is something they should have been on top of a while ago.
When you look at the shares, they've really been trailing the market pretty significantly over the past year. Is it now at the point where this is a stock? If you think they can make it happen in the second half in mobile, it's a bargain now.
It is, and I like to buy what the market hates. So you got Intel at 12 times earnings, 4% dividend yield. I really like their prospects here, and the stock's a good buy.
All right, let's get to some of the day's movers and shakers. UnitedHealth second quarter profits came in higher than expected. Shares of UNH hitting a new all-time high today. That's great, but I got to ask, is this a stock that still has room to run?
Yeah, I think it's at an all-time high because it's had a fairly suppressed valuation for a while. Investors continue to be unsure about where the profits are going to be once Obamacare is fully implemented. That's very understandable. Nobody knows exactly who the winners and losers are going to be 2 years from now. So I would continue to expect a reasonable valuation, even in the face of good earnings.
eBay's second quarter results were in line with expectations, but the outlook for the rest of the fiscal year was disappointing, and shares taking a little bit of a hit today. Is this stock now at the point where expectations are just too high, or was this really that bad a quarter?
No, the quarter is totally fine. They're doing mid-teens growth both in the marketplace and in PayPal. The problem was that they said they're going to come in on the low end of guidance for the year. But overall, this business is still doing very well, and if you haven't bought shares, now actually is a pretty good time to give it a look.
Second quarter profits for Overstock.com came in more than 7 times higher than a year ago. Shares of the online discount operator have more than tripled in the past year. Does that get you interested, or is this business such that you're happy to look away? Well,
I may overstate it to a degree to say that the profits are 7 times higher since they were 2 cents a share, which was a fairly suppressed profit from back in the days, and now they're up to 15 cents a share for the quarter. So on the right track. They've worked through some of their problems. This is still a pretty small company compared to the major players, but finally they seem to be focused more on business than attacking short sellers and things like that.
And finally, Nokia's second quarter sales fell 24%, but the company lost less money than expected, which is probably a good thing in some universe, just not this one. I don't know. Is this a value play here, or is this the classic value trap?
Another quarter, and it's minus 20% growth all the way down their financial statement. I do think the tide is turning because they finally hit zero on the Symbian devices, which was been dragging everything down, while the Windows Lumia devices are slowly getting traction, showing a little more unit volume quarter after quarter. That said, they really got to do a lot better going into this holiday season than they are right now.
All right, that's going to do it for Thursday. Let's look ahead. What's a stock that you've got on your radar, Bill?
I'm looking at Arctic Cat. They're reporting earnings beginning next week. This is a manufacturer of snowmobiles and all-terrain vehicles. The quarter report that they're about to report, June quarter, not that many people buying snowmobiles in June, even in Minnesota where the company's located, but this is a company that has really turned it around since 08, 09 and is been one of the better stocks that you could have been in for the last 4 years.
Have you ever been on a snowmobile in your life?
I have, yes.
Okay, it's a good time. Charlie, what about you?
I'll give our listeners a name they might have actually heard of, McDonald's. One of the world's best brands. This is one of the world's best dividend payers. They've raised their dividend every year since 1976. They report earnings on Monday. What I'm looking to see is if they continue the momentum they reported in May, which is the first time all year they reported positive same-store sales. Up till that point, it was not a good year for them. So let's see what they say on Monday.
Okay, for Charlie, Travers, and Bill Barker, I'm Chris Hill. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Monday.
People on the show may have interest in the stocks they talk about, and the Motley Fool may have formal